All right. So welcome back to the Freedom of Wealth Seekers podcast. We are on episode 15. I'm super excited to be back. I feel like we've been away from each other for quite some time. Maybe I've just been really busy doing some things. I went to a Tupac Shakur Biggie Smalls concert over the weekend. That was a really good experience. Some of you that follow me on Instagram may have seen my posts. It was a kind of a throwback type of night. Baltimore has a symphony orchestra, and they put this concert together called Remix, and it was the theme was Big and Tupac, and they played a lot of their songs. They had two performers rap the songs, and it was a really great experience on a couple of different levels. Seeing the diversity of the crowd, from the races to the ages. I mean, you had kids there probably in their early teens rocking to the music, and then you had people in their 70s, 80s, 90s, appreciating and enjoying that music. I'm rocking a Tupac shirt tonight. I had the Biggie shirt on during the concert, but it just brought, it was a nostalgic event, brought back a lot of memories. I was so pumped up after the concert. I drove around the block like twice blasting Tupac and Biggie. This is what we did back in the day when we went to concerts. The artists, we would just rock out to that music. So I wanted to share that, folks. A lot going on in the world of real estate right now. It's a lot going on. And I'll tell you, before we jump into what's going on in real estate, just living a little bit, going to concerts like that, getting a chance to see art at its highest form, whatever form of art that is. It gets the creative juices flowing, and there are a lot of things in 2020, a lot of goals that I like to accomplish, and being a thought leader, being a mentor, bringing ideas to light is part of the job. Being creative. I had a student, she had an idea. She said, I'm actually not gonna share what she said because I want to work on what she shared, but she gave me a suggestion and I thought it was a great idea. And I said that in my mind, I was like, this will make it a lot easier for my student partners. And I love getting ideas. I love seeing other business models. It motivates me and inspires me. And whether it's art or business, I'm inspired by both. Tonight, we are talking about a lot of things. This is episode 15, if you just logged on. Jeff Bezos, big announcement about Jeff Bezos. A lot of you know. If you don't know who Jeff Bezos is, you've been hiding under a rock. Direct Mail Wednesday. I'm not going to go into a direct mail piece tonight. I'm actually going to share a tool that I use in my business. Probably the biggest news is the interest rate. The interest rate went up 5%. It didn't go up 5%. It's at 5%, some 30-year mortgages. From the last time I spoke about this was actually yesterday and this morning. When I looked at the interest rates, I saw them at like 4 point some percent. But it is going up, and there's some news out about that, and I want to talk about that. And I also want to share my thoughts on it. The course giveaway, the real estate investing course giveaway. If you did not know, I wrote a course in 2010. A lot of my students, new and current, have used the techniques that I teach in the course. They're closing deals, buying rental property. Some of you heard Charles Eddington on one of the past trainings, who has a huge rental portfolio and has the option to walk away from his 9-to-5 government job. Several of my students have walked away from their 9-to-5. When I wrote this course, it was all about walking away from the 9-to-5. Now that I'm a little more seasoned in the education space, I've discovered that there are some people that want to walk away from the 9-to-5, and some people that just want to supplement their income. Some people just want to build a retirement. So I gear my curriculums to both now. It's really up to you. But the course that I put together in 2010, for a limited time, I'm giving it away free. Okay. Now this course is sold. It started out at $47. It actually started out free. Okay, I had a free book, and you get the free book that comes with the course. And then when I finished the manual was sold for $47. And over the years, that manual has sold upwards of to, I think it was $14.97 or $19.97, but it was in the thousands. Okay, so I'm giving it away for free. It comes with a link to a website with downloads. There should be some video downloads, definitely audio downloads. The video downloads, you have to upload Adobe Acrobat to watch the videos. They're about 5 to 10 videos, really informative. And there's another PDF. So if you're wondering how to get the course, there is some work that you have to do. I'm not just going to give you the course just because you want the course. You got to put some type of work in. And it's really helping the community out, the Freedom and Wealth Seekers community. The YouTube channel where these podcasts are published is reiinnercircle.com. So this is all you need to do. Okay. Write down these steps. Okay. Go to REI Inner Circle. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, right? I recommend ringing the bell. So every time we do a upload, you get that latest content. You can ring the bell. There's a bell on the homepage of REI Inner Circle. And then what we need you to do is like. All you gotta do is click this like button and comment under one of these videos, right? And screenshot it. And then send it to me in a text, all right? The other thing you have to do is share it. So right from YouTube, click the share button. It comes up with a link that you can copy. You can text it to your family, your friends, Twitter, put it on Facebook. You can even share it in IG, on your Instagram. I don't know about sharing it on TikTok. But for right now, you can share it. So send me the screenshot of that. Now, this is the neat thing, right? Only 17 people took action. I launched this idea two weeks ago to give away the course, right? Now, that course has sold over 600 times. So people have purchased that course over 600 times, right? But now that I'm giving away for free, only 17 people took action. All right, 17 people took action. And some of those people were actually, like, for my current students that paid a tuition, that paid a mentorship fee, they actually participated. So that really leaves 13 people that are inside the Freedom and Wealth Seekers community. And right now the community is only about 378 people, right? This is a free community, right? But when we give something away for free, there's very little value. And it shows when only 17 people out of 350 people, or 380 people, take action to get a course that sold for a few $1,000. Okay, sold for upwards of $2,000. So I'm giving away this $2,000 course. It's worth a lot more than that because it's helped people replace their incomes, walk away from their 9-to-5, help me walk away from my 9-to-5. This is everything I learned up until that point. in 2010, okay? And only 17 people. So for a limited time, I'm gonna take it off the market. It's not on the market. I'm gonna take it off the market. You can get it for free tonight, today. Like literally, you text me the screenshot. I ask for an email. I'm personally copying and pasting your email, and I'm going to my Gmail account and I'm forwarding you the course. So my goal is to get 100 people the course, but that means 100 people have to take action. Whether you're on this podcast live or you're watching a replay, you got to take action. All right. So hopefully, were those directions clear enough for you? All you got to do is go to the REI Inner Circle YouTube channel, subscribe to the channel, comment underneath. You can do all this from a cell phone. Like it, right? Like one of the videos, right? Share it and screenshot. Okay. If you don't, somebody said, I'm not tech savvy. If you're not tech savvy, I want you to go to YouTube. I want you to type in whatever phone or device you're using to watch this. And I want you to type in, so if I'm using an Apple iPhone, I'm typing Apple iPhone, how to screenshot. If I'm using a Dell laptop or Dell desktop, I'm typing in Dell desktop, how to screenshot. And then you watch a 30-second video and it shows you what buttons to press to do a screenshot. So everything is accessible today, okay? Information, directions is accessible right at your fingertips, all right? So those are the numbers, okay? Those are the numbers. So Jeff Bezos, this is exciting. Tonight is gonna be info-packed with resources, resources that everybody can get involved in, okay? Whether you're poor, whether you're rich, whether you're middle class, everybody can get involved and actually start using these resources that I'm gonna share tonight. I really pride myself on sharing resources that people can actually start getting instant results with. When I work with my student partners, one of my main focuses are local government foreclosures. Those are tax sale certificates and tax deeds. What a lot of people don't realize is that all that information that you need to succeed in those niches, those resources are right with your local governments. That's why we call it local government foreclosures. And whether I teach the curriculum or not, if you're driven enough, okay, if you're driven enough to pick up the phone, call your local governments, find out where and how to purchase their local government foreclosures, that's all you have to do, because you have to have some money, whether it's your own money or you're borrowing money from a friend, a family member, or an investor that believes in you. That information has been around for over 200 plus years, where you can buy property that have defaulted on their property taxes. Okay, it's no rocket science. There's not a whole lot of there's no negotiations, so that fear is out of the way. I do recommend that you know how to evaluate a deal if you're going to buy any type of real estate. Okay, and that's really the only piece to the puzzle, right? It's the only piece to the puzzle. So other than that, you have the other niches: wholesaling, rehabbing. You have buy and hold, but understand there's different levels. Like there's levels of wholesaling where you are dealing directly with the owner of the house, or you're dealing directly with the buyer of the property, or you're dealing directly with the title company. But then there's another level where you don't have to deal with the title company. You don't have to deal with the owner, meaning you're not going to be negotiating with the owner. You don't have to worry about marketing to the owner. Okay, you're playing a part in the transaction, but you're not in the front of the transaction. Okay, so within all these niches, there are different levels that you can choose to get involved in. I've been involved in all of them, okay? I like being involved on the front end of a deal, because when you're involved on the front end and the back end, that means you're making the most money at the end of the day, okay? On the rehabbing side, okay, you can be involved in the acquisition, or you don't have to be involved in the acquisition. You can be involved in the construction phase, or you can choose not to be. But if you're going to step out of certain phases of a rehab, you better have a team in place, a trusted team in place, and resources to get the project completed. All right. Same thing with rental property, buy and holding. If you're using a buy and hold strategy, you could manage that property yourself, or you could hire another company. Okay. If you're looking for cash flow, well, owning a property in today's society, you don't have to own a property in some marketplaces. You can just do an Airbnb. Okay. And there's some other strategies in real estate that you can use to generate cash flow from a property that you don't own. But Airbnb is one of the hottest niches out in today's world that you could take advantage of and build a really nice residual income for yourself. So we're going to talk about some potential strategies, investment strategies that you can use over your real estate investing journey. And I'm looking forward to bringing some value to you tonight. I do have a quick disclaimer. I see folks are logging in here left and right. So let's go over this quick disclaimer before we jump into this. And also, I want to welcome everybody again to the Freedom and Wealth Seekers podcast, where we pride ourselves on sharing, informing, educating, and growing our community with actionable information, content, and resources that you can start experiencing results with. Remember, folks, to do your own due diligence, do your own research, and that my content is intended to be used for informational and sometimes entertainment purposes only. It is very important that you do your own due diligence before making any investments based on your own personal and financial situations and circumstances. You should research and verify anything that I share with you, anything that I say, anything that I teach, and consult with a licensed professional before moving forward. All right, folks, so we're going to get the ball rolling here. I want to jump into this news about Jeff Bezos that was shared with the public yesterday. And let me share my screen here. I think this is going to blow a lot of people away. I'm going to remember, we look as a community, the Freedom and Wealth Seekers, we don't look at the news just for informational and entertainment purposes. We want to look at the news as a resource. Okay, we want to look at this as a resource. How can we possibly benefit from this? How can and when I say we, our individual businesses, our personal investments, how do we benefit from news of hearing Jeff Bezos, the creator of Amazon, okay, the visionary, the philanthropist, the billionaire business tycoon? How can we, like a lot of us consume on Amazon? I just purchased some golf clubs and golf balls off of Amazon earlier this week, right? Okay. I didn't know Jeff Bezos was involved investing into a real estate tech company. I did know that he purchased a primary residence in Washington, D.C. like a couple years back. But this article posted on Yahoo Finance intrigued me. It says Jeff Bezos backed real estate investment platform fully funds 2 properties in just 2 hours. This is exciting. Okay. I'm going to read some of this. The real estate investment platform Arrived Homes launched its latest batch of new offerings today. 6 rental properties that retail investors can buy into with as little as $100. Now, I want to explain this. 6 rental properties So these are income producing properties that retail meaning they're not institutional investors. So they're not like the big hedge funds. These are you and I, people like us. We're retail investors. Can buy into with as little as $100. So everybody on this Zoom can get involved in residential real estate. Now, I've been involved in funds, in a fund similar to this, but not exactly this. So this is very unique. And I believe President Obama, if any of you all saw the news, President Obama was just in the White House again. He played this joke on President Biden. That was actually the joke. It was quite funny. But when I read this article, I thought of President Obama, and he actually passed a bill that allowed retail investors to get in on bigger investments that they usually would not have been able to invest in. So I'm pretty sure this company, Arrived Homes, has taken advantage of that legislation that President Obama played a big part in. This is mind blowing on several levels, and I'm gonna go into it in a second. Just to give you an example, it says the first property to sell out was a 5-bedroom, 3.5 bathroom home in Columbia, South Carolina, named the Bedford. The property was acquired by Arrived Homes for $280,000, and investors purchased 12,317 available shares at $10 each. So this was an offering. I don't know if this may have been like they went from, in this article, it says as little as $100, but this was $10. So this was the first property. So I guess almost like an IPO, an initial public offering. They treated this first property that sold like an IPO, and the early investors were able to get shares at $10 each. So you're actually if you know anything about stocks, right? I tell you, if you don't know anything about stocks, there's two guys that I learn from and follow. There's a couple of guys, but the two main guys that really opened my mind were the master investor, Ian Dunlap, and the Wall Street Trapper. Okay, two of the best guys on the internet that teach stocks from the basics to the advanced levels. Now, from their teachings, I kind of knew this, but I never really paid attention to it. I heard those guys talking about it. When you buy a stock, you actually own a part of that company. So basically, some genius came up with the idea of selling shares of real estate, and they offered 12,000 plus shares of a $280,000 property. Now, what are our hopes? Now, this was a genius idea, because when we buy a stock, if we own that stock, our hopes is for the stock price to go up, right? Stocks go up and down, right? They're very volatile, okay, in most cases, right? They've done that with real estate. Real estate, in my eyes, is the least volatile asset that you could ever own. It's almost predictable in some cases, in some circumstances, okay? It's almost a predictable asset. This is a beautiful business model. And this is allowing, everybody on this podcast watching this recording, $100 is not going to put anybody in a poorhouse to own a piece of real estate, okay? Then they talk about the second property. The second property to sell out was a 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath home in Nashville, Tennessee, named the Jack. Arrived Homes acquired this property for $414,755, and investors purchased 18,000 plus shares at $10 a share. All right. So just from reading those two paragraphs, I'm looking at this. I'm looking at it from a business standpoint. Columbia, South Carolina market. I need to look into that marketplace. Why? Because Arrived Homes is buying property there. And it seems that they're potentially, I haven't done my market research, but after reviewing their website, it looks like they're buying property that don't need repairs. Okay, they do not need repairs. Okay, Nashville, Tennessee. buying investment properties or rental properties for 400,000. So and I want y'all to understand something. They're buying rental properties at retail prices. Like these properties are fully renovated, so they're paying market price. These, from my understanding, they're not paying distressed prices. They're not paying discounted prices. They're paying market price, and they can do this when they have shareholders. If you can make the math work, it makes sense. So we're gonna go into their website, right? And we're gonna snoop around a little bit. But when I see that, I'm saying, okay, if I buy a house under market value in Columbia, South Carolina, in Nashville, Tennessee, there may be an opportunity for me to sell this renovated home to this company. Okay, I want y'all to really understand that real estate in 2022 has truly changed. Okay, 20 years ago, when I got into real estate, the home buyer was the person that worked the 9 to 5 or the entrepreneur. Okay, the home buyer in 2010, was the person that worked the 9 to 5, was the entrepreneur. Okay, you had institutional money purchasing distressed property, but this is totally new, where you have hedge funds and you have companies like this, Jay-Z and Will Smith. They are part of they invested in a company similar to this, where they buy the home that you desire, and then they lease the home to you on a rent to own basis, right? So they have millions involved in we call these real estate tech companies, right? This is a new buyer in the market. Okay. Now, we're going to talk about the interest rate in a second. But people are still trying to get in. I'm sorry. Okay. But then I look at the other folks that are invested in this company. And I know this isn't going to be a fly-by-night company. You got Amazon, you got Salesforce, you have Zillow, you have Uber. Okay. People from those different companies are invested into Arrived Homes. So I ventured over to look at their website, right? And this is their website. I am going to, how are we on time? I'm not going to play the video because we're kind of short on time. But their website pretty much says it all here. They have a way for you to learn more. All you have to do is type in your name, your email address, and then they send you out information. They have a quick video here that you can play. They have their testimonials here. Then they have a quick description of what the investments look like. They let you know how long the investments are. They're 5 to 7 years. There'll probably be some type of penalty if you pull your money out early. So, and understand there is a risk that you may not get the return that they're advertising. So you make sure you read everything on their site before you start investing. If you choose to, I'm not telling you to do this. I'm interested in doing it. I'm probably going to invest soon because it's hands off. I don't have to worry about managing a property in Tennessee or Alabama. And it looks like they've started in the South, Alabama, Tennessee. They're over in the West Coast, Arizona, Atlanta. I mean, look at these houses. These houses are not older homes. These are like new construction, right? For the most part. Now, this property they actually give you the address too. So 808 Derby Downs in Elgin, South Carolina. I can start doing my market research. And if I find out who the acquisitions manager is for Arrived Homes or what their buying criteria is, how I can potentially sell them some property, and I know how aggressive they are, if they're saying our goal is about 50 more homes this year, I may run a campaign in this neighborhood or in this city or county, town where they're purchasing. That's a strategy that you can use. So when I look at real estate news, I always look for the opportunity. Okay. And they really break down what's going on. Like this property, they're seeking a tenant. It looks like they give out a dividend at some point throughout the year. They talk about equity returns. I mean, they really have this thing down to a science. So do your own research. This is just another resource that I came across that I think is a game changer on several levels, Want to talk about another strategy here. Direct mail. If you are taking notes, there's two ways you can get to this website. Yes, that's me. I'm not in the tech business. I do not own this company, but I use Deal Machine, and we have a promotional a promo code with Deal Machine. If you just go to dealmachine.com/wealth, you get, I think, 7 or 14 days free to use their system. This is what we use to send out direct mail. One of the companies that we use to send out direct mail. All right. Now, I've been paying $49 a month probably for the last 4 years now, using this system, and I love it. They actually quoted me on the site. It says life rewards action and punishes procrastination. Like you can sit on the sidelines for as long as you want. You can talk about how much you want to get involved in real estate till you're blue in the face. But if you don't take action, you'll never see any types of results. Okay. And it's consistent action that really gets you the results. Now, I use this website along with uspropertysearch.com. A lot of you are using US Property Search. You can try it for free today. I love US Property Search. I've been using this company for about 6 years now. And I use this company. This is one of the lead companies I use to pull leads, high equity leads, absentee owner leads, vacant property leads. I use it to gain sales data from other cities around the United States. It's a tool that a lot of my student partners use, and it saves me a lot of time. So what I'll do is I'll use US Property Search to generate a list. Inside of US Property Search, I can clean my list. And what I mean by cleaning, I can scrub it. So any duplicates, any city-owned or county-owned properties, I don't want to waste postage on. So I take them off using US Property Search. And then I send them over to my Deal Machine account. And then I automate all of my direct mail. Right before the Zoom podcast tonight, I had a Zoom call with a student partner who is running a campaign of just 150 postcards from a list that they put together. And he's totally automated this, okay? This guy works, I think, 2 jobs. He's very busy. He's a dad, okay? He's a family man, very busy, but he's automated his direct mail. Now, 10 years ago, 20 years ago, you know, the thing was handwrite at the kitchen table, dining room table, stuff the envelopes, send it off. Okay, that was me. We were working in an office. We actually had envelope stuffing machine. So we would load the paper, we would load the envelopes, and we would hit a button, and it starts stuffing those envelopes, right? The thing was, a lot of times, and then we graduated from that, and we purchased a machine that stuffed the envelopes and sealed the envelopes, okay? They sealed the envelopes, and they even put postage on the envelopes. We started running them through that. And every now and then, okay, the envelopes and the letters would get jammed. And that would be very frustrating. Sometimes we had to call the company's customer service. They would send a rep out, things of that nature. Now we're hands off with our direct mail, okay? Now we're hands off. If you have a budget, using dealmachine.com/wealth or Marcel's direct mail, you should not have any issues with anything getting jammed up. Okay, I'm going to share those links with you all right now in the chat. Let's see if I can share the first one. You should be able to go to U.S. Property Search, powered by PropStream, and Deal Machine is the next one. So this is my Direct Mail Wednesday, one of the best resources, Deal Machine, for someone that's just getting started. Now, I do have some advanced resources that I use and that I share with my students, but they are definitely more of an investment than $49 a month. PropStream U.S. Property Search is $97 a month. They're definitely more than that, but these are great places to start. And I still use these. Okay, I still use these resources. My students still use these resources along with the more expensive resources as far as data and direct mail. We still use these. So these are, I would say, the two best for anyone just getting started in real estate or anyone looking to automate their campaigns and build lists. U.S. Property Search, powered by PropStream, and also Deal Machine /wealth, marcelsdirectmail.com. So check those sites out. Use their free trials to the best of your ability. I always tell folks, if you sign up for a free trial, make sure you're reading everything on their website. Take their free webinars, take their recorded webinars, take a ton of notes, really learn about their system and how they work, okay? The big news is the surging interest rate. The surging interest rate, okay, this is CNBC. Surging interest rates push mortgage demand down more than 40% from a year ago. Okay, so what does that mean? Is the housing market going to slow down? Okay, the average contract interest rate for a 30-year fixed mortgage with conforming loan balances $647,000 or less increased to 4.9% from 4.8% for loans with 20% down payment. Applications to refinance a home loan, which have been falling steadily for months, dropped another 10% week to week. Mortgage, so that 40%, that 10% is inside of that 40%, right? So mortgage applications to purchase a home fell 3% for the week and were 9% lower than the same week a year ago. So I'm a house flipper, okay? There are a lot of house flippers out here right now. That is information that makes us think, right? But it doesn't really, no alarms go off right now. The alarms go off for me, and just from my experience, when I start seeing more foreclosures and we start seeing headlines of foreclosures on CNBC or CNN, but we're not seeing that. And I've talked to several people, one being a real estate agent. And I text him this morning, I say, hey, this guy's been in real estate business over 25 years. I say, how do you feel about the interest rate going up? You feel like that's going to slow things down? He said, nope. I said, man, I agree. He said, it's not going to slow things down because there is a lack of inventory. And remember, this ties back into what I said earlier. 20 years ago, there were home buyers. Now we have these tech companies. We have billionaire companies, billion-dollar companies buying residential homes in residential neighborhoods. They're not buying 40, 50 unit apartment buildings. They're buying single family detached properties. Single family detached properties, okay? Another thing is, these are, the interest rate, it affects fixed rate mortgages. Yes, people are going to be paying more, but as long as there is a demand, people are going to pay, okay? There is a demand, as long as supply and demand, okay? There's limited supply and there's great demand. There's great demand. I got a text today from a real estate agent early this morning. I want to share this with you all. She says, hi there, exclamation point. My house on Madison just went under contract. Let me know if you have any questions regarding yours. More than happy to help. I say, oh, wow. What was the contract price? 275,000. She says, I say, nice. She says, honestly, took longer than I would have liked, but it could have used staging. And I think we priced it a little high off the bat. They had it priced at like 300,000. Then I say, is a hedge fund buying the property? She says, no, I believe it's a Hopkins employee. So I got some information, right? One, house being staged. That's key in this market. It helps the houses sell quickly. Now her house went under contract in 74 days, which is still a short period of time, just over 2 months there. But then she says Hopkins employee purchased the property. Now this property is walking distance to Hopkins, about 2 blocks, right? Couple of things. If you're in the Baltimore marketplace, then you've probably heard the news. If you're watching this and you're around, anywhere in the country, gas prices are at an all-time high as well, right? So most people commute to work. If you can live near your job, well, who wouldn't take advantage of that, right? And at a pretty decent price, right? Under 300,000, right? This was a 3-bedroom, 3-bath house. Not only that, in the local area, a surgeon was recently carjacked and shot on his way to work to Johns Hopkins. Okay, he lived quite a distance from where he worked. So some people, doctors are probably thinking like, well, if I live near work, then I don't have to travel a lot. I can walk to work. I don't have to fear being carjacked. I don't have to spend any gas money. So I can just keep my car in the driveway and I can just go to work every day. Okay, so that's what I got from this text. I got a couple of things, and that comes from networking, and you don't have to go out to network. I met this real estate agent off Zillow.com, off of Redfin.com. I found a real estate agent with a listing. I reached out via text. I've never talked to this person on the phone, and we started chatting about 74 days ago. I reached out as soon as they listed that property, and she's following up. And I'm getting information. That's what realtors, real estate agents do. Any smart business owner, you want to educate your customer or client or your prospect before you do business with that prospect or customer. And that's what she's doing with me. She's trying to educate me, and she's trying to gain my trust and eventually gain a listing. I'm not saying I'm not going to go with her, but that's part of the process. So folks, I think I hit everything tonight. Jeff Bezos, Direct Mail Wednesday, the interest rate, and the course giveaway. Don't forget the course giveaway. All you have to do is go to REI Inner Circle YouTube channel, subscribe, ring the bell, comment, screenshot, and share. Send me a text with the screenshot. Let's see if we had any early action takers. I'm gonna check my cell phone to see if you sent me a text. Yep, that number is on. Wow, look at this. Shout out to Corinne Ramsey, taking action. Corinne, please send me your email for taking action on the podcast tonight. Somebody said you needed a Zoom ID number. I don't think you did. Somebody else sent Lauren Dorsey, shout out to you. Send me your email so I can send you the course as well. So Lauren and Corinne, send that information to me. Send me the ID password for Zoom. So some people weren't able to get in the Zoom. Wow, sorry to hear that. We got a lot of people on tonight. Some people weren't able to get in. So I'll send out this replay. I'm gonna upload this. Joe, you just sent me your email, but I need to see a screenshot of the, if you're asking me about the course, I need to see a screenshot of the comment and YouTube subscribe. Folks, other quick announcement, new website is up for the coaching application. What you can do is visit the link in my IG bio. I also put the link in a recent text. Ask the question, are you against coaching or mentor or having a real estate mentor? There's a link right above that text. You can click that. You can put in your name and email. And if you confirm your subscription, you'll be getting email case studies probably for about 30 days, not back to back to back. We've separated them out. And you'll also gain access to a case study just for confirming your subscription. But folks, this has been fun. I'm looking forward to seeing you next week and looking forward to seeing you all at the closing table. Freedom and wealth seekers, take care. God bless and good night. Bye-bye.